Hey guys, it's Allie, and I'm so excited to be sharing this video with you guys and filming it because I finally have one of my all-time dream American Girl dolls sitting right in front of me, ready to be opened. I made a YouTube video, I can't remember off the top of my head what one it was, but in that video I mentioned this doll and saying how I really wanted one, and then somebody reached out to me on Instagram and said, hey, I have this doll and I'm actually selling her, she's in good condition, are you interested? I did browse for other cheaper options of this doll, but they were not in as good of condition as this one was, and since this has been one of my dream dolls forever, I am willing to spend a little bit more money to get one in almost perfect condition. So I'm really excited to open up this doll. You probably know what it is by the title or thumbnail, but once I open up this doll and add her to my collection, then I will have all of the face molds except for Just Like You number 4. I don't plan on getting 4 anytime soon, but it would be nice to have all of the face molds. So without further ado, let's open up my dream doll! Oh my god, I'm so excited to open up this doll! Oh my god, oh my god. I got Mary Grace, and oh my god. This is a little beat up from the packaging, but oh my god, dream doll. So if you cannot tell by all of the clues in the title, thumbnail, and what you are seeing right in front of you, I got a Mary Grace doll. I have been wanting her for such a long time. As I've said before, I got into American Girl through the magazine, and back in the olden days, right when Mary Grace and Cecile first released in around my first issue of American Girl, there was a section which was pretty much a doll craft section, and the first ever magazine I got, it featured Mary Grace and Cecile and showed how to make some nice ball outfits and accessories and things like that. So she was one of the first dolls I was ever introduced to. One of my sister's former friends actually had a Mary Grace and Cecile, and I always wanted them, but I never did get them. And even though Cecile isn't as high on my wish list as Mary Grace is, I still cannot believe I have this doll. The main reason I decided to go for this Mary Grace over a slightly cheaper one is because her pin curls were in pretty good condition. I saw a lot of dolls whose pin curls were really messy, and even though I could try to fix it, it wouldn't look as good as the original. Her hair is so long, her meat hairstyle is mostly intact, the bow came out, and I think I'm missing the ribbon on the other side, but I do plan to take her hair out of the meat hairstyle anyways. She does have a few marks on her leg as well as around her eye, but her limbs are somewhat tight. I might go in and tighten them a little bit more. So instead of this just being a standard opening my dream doll video like I originally intended it to be, I think I am going to share the process of me fixing her up and cleaning her up and completely restoring her with you guys. But this is not as big of a fix up as what I did to dolls like my Kanani, my Krissa, my Ruthie, my Lainey, etc. So keep watching if you want to see the finished result of the Mary Grace. So right before I get into the fixing up, I want to show you guys all of her flaws. So her hair is pretty smooth. I did get a doll that had really good hair because fixing hair, you can try your best, but split ends are really annoying, and I didn't want to have to deal with that, and this doll thankfully does not have that many. The biggest problem is probably that she has a big mark on her leg, so I'm hoping that I am able to remove that. She's also got a little green mark near her eyebrow. It isn't too noticeable, it can be edited out of photos, but I am going to try my best to remove that. One of her legs is a little bit loose, not super loose to the point where she can't stand on her own, but I am going to go in and tighten all of her limbs just in case. And she does have an X on her backside, which does mean she's from the benefit sale, which is cool to know. So we're going to start this fixing up process in a slightly different order than what I usually do. So instead of starting with cleaning, we are going to start with limb tightening. So of course you gotta take off the head and then take out all of the stuffing, and I just put it in a container off to the side, and then I just fooled around with the limp body. Then you need your elastic, since I am tightening all of the limbs I needed 4, and then you're going to pull on the string that the limb is attached to, and then underneath the knot or the metal thing, depending on how old your doll is, you're going to tie an elastic under there. I have other videos where I do this if you do want to see the process again, but there are full-on tutorials that you can look up on how to do limb tightening on a doll. Then I restuffed the doll, and now we are going to clean the body. So I wet a magic eraser, and that leg mark came right off, which is great because that was a big mark. And then I also cleaned the arms. And then when I got to the face, I cleaned all around just in case there was any germs or anything like that, but the green mark by her eyebrow, I unfortunately was unable to get off. If I was super desperate, I could do an oxy treatment, but I don't want to accidentally risk removing the eyebrow as a whole. So now we are moving on to the hair. Her hair is in pretty good condition, so I'm not going to do a full-on shampoo conditioning or anything. So I just wet it with a spray bottle and brushed it out. I'm going to take out her meat hairstyle because there are a few flyaways at the top of her head, which are really hard to access with the hairstyle in. Plus, I do want to make my Mary Grace modern, like I do with all of my historicals. So unfortunately, the hairstyle has to go. It was a bit of a challenge trying to remove these elastic bands without cutting any of the hair, but in the end I did succeed. Maybe eventually I will put back in her meat hairstyle, but at the moment I don't really have any plans to do that. Off camera, I did also decide to fix up her pin curls a little bit. I talked to some other people who have modern Mary Graces, and eventually I might decide to cut off the pin curls. It's hard because I do want to keep the doll like authentic and good condition, but also they don't really work with the vibe that I'm going for my Mary Grace. So in the meantime, I will use her front pieces of hair to cover the pin curls. So this fixing up was overall very successful. Her hair does cover up that green stain sometimes, and it is super easy to edit out of photos, and it doesn't bother me too much. This doll is so stunning. I took photos of her, which you guys will see in a second, and she is such a beauty, and I'm so glad I got this doll. You can see her limbs are super tight and they don't move when I jiggle her. I put her in a really cute outfit. The top is from Primrose Doll Studios, and the skirt is from Elite Doll World. The one thing I'm not the biggest fan of is because she has two braids at the front of her hair will look wavy and then the back is straight. Eventually I might boil wash or straighten those front pieces, but for now I do like the wavy look and I just will not photograph her from the back. So here are some before and after photos. Not a super dramatic transformation or anything like that, but I am pleased to welcome doll number 23 into my collection. As for the name of this doll, I was thinking something like Rosie or Rose in honor of my grandma. However, I am open to suggestions and pushing this as maybe a middle name or something. So if you guys have any name ideas for this doll, please comment them down below, and I will probably end up announcing on Instagram what her final name will be. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below, do you own a Mary Grace doll? And make sure you subscribe to my channel for more American Girl doll videos. And I will see you guys soon with a new video. Bye!